Hi everybody. Welcome to Harpy Stitch. I'm Amy. If you are returning, thank you very much. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. This is my channel all about my cross stitch. I'm doing a weekly update this year because I'm doing 50 starts for my 50th year. I am a little ahead of schedule, so that's kind of exciting. This week's been kind of busy. I am hosting once a month a meetup for local stitchers. We get together at Caribou Coffee. I had some new people last week, so that was really exciting. I've had the last 2 weeks off from night school, but tomorrow, the February 3rd, is the beginning of the second session for the year. So I will be back to doing that 2 nights a week. But if I get all my grading done, it's basically babysitting. It's super easy and well paid, so I frequently will take an easy to see cross stitch project with me to work on if I'm all caught up with my grading, because I'm just waiting. So went and visited the sister-in-law yesterday. That was really fun. We don't have a role-playing game, no Deadlands this week. But we do have a movie date with our kiddo tonight, so that'll be super fun. We finally got some snow, and it's supposed to snow off and on for the next week. It is so weird. I mean, we usually have a little warm up in January in Minnesota, but there's not usually visible brown grass on the ground, which we've had because we've been really short on snowfall. So we actually have snow on the ground, and it's supposed to continue snowing mostly on the afternoons when I have to go to night school, but that's okay. I don't like driving in it a ton, but I do like the pretty white stuff, at least for the first couple of months that it's actually on the ground. I've been doing schoolwork, getting stuff. We have one district, one book this year, and they announced the book for this year at the local sporting goods store this weekend. We're doing Wild Robot Escapes. I volunteered and I recorded a couple of chapters of it, so that'll be interesting. I think they give out copies of the book to like most of the kids in the district, and then they post the audiobook chapters that each teacher's read, and everybody reads it together from kindergarten through high school. So those are really fun activities. Things are pretty much the same other than that. Excuse me. I am drastically reducing my consumption of sodas, but I'm not quite to zero yet. But it is working, reducing it. So now that I've shared my rather routine life, I won't say boring, most of the time I like it, but not anything super exciting lately, other than, getting to hang out with the sister-in-law, which we haven't done in a while. All I've got for you today is stitching. I will mention a book that I've been listening to with my husband in the evenings at the end. So I have got 3 new starts for you this week. These were supposed to be February starts, but they fit the prompts for fandom stitching for the weekly prompts really well for the last week of January. So I said, what the heck? I'm going to start them anyway. This is In Bulk by Kick Stitches. I'm putting my hand behind it because it's very tiny. So you've got the center here. I'm doing this 1/1. I think it's 32 count. It is part of an 8-bit series of all the Wiccan pagan holidays. I've already done one of these. This is going to be a gift for my son-in-law. I'm making them all the same size so that he can put them over his altar. And I got just the barest little start. It is on, I think it is Smoky something. I can't remember. I'm not using my notes the way I do when I do my long ones. So we will get to this again soon. I have not done, my goal was to do two days on each of my new starts. I haven't done that yet. I'm hoping they'll put another prompt later in the month. So that's one start. I'm sorry, I don't have them in any order. This is another start that I did this week. Flosstube itchy nose. What are you going to do? This is from Povitrulya. I can't. Let me look at the name. Maybe I can say it that way. This is Povitrulya. I think. Povitrulya. There you Povitrulya. There, and I am so sorry for butchering your name, but I don't speak Ukrainian. She is a Ukrainian designer. She messaged me on Instagram saying she had seen my stuff and asking if I would like to do one of her pieces and put up a review. So I picked this one. It's a Boo bookmark, and it's a little ghost, and there's the beginning of a book that the ghost is reading, and then the ghost will have a witch hat. What I did is, because I'm a fairly experienced cross-stitcher, I had my husband read the directions that came with it so he could tell me if it would be clear to somebody who is new to cross-stitching. Because he knows a little bit, but he's like, yeah, no, this makes sense. It would make more sense if I actually knew what they were talking about, but these are clear. So I do know that her instructions are good, because somebody who knew nothing about cross-stitch could figure it out. Next thing I started was these festive ball cards. It is from an old issue of Cross Stitch Crazy. Doesn't say who the designer is, and it's on this little flexible plastic canvas. And it has, there's this one and a blue one. And it came with cards that have an aperture, and it came with some ribbon. I think I found the ribbon and didn't remember what it was too, because it had fallen out of the little bag, and did something with it. I don't know if I threw it away or put it in with some other stuff. And then you hang the ribbon so it looks like it'll hang in the card and be all, it's not, it'll swing a little bit. And then they suggest if you want to put it as an ornament, you can put a longer ribbon. So this is going to have poinsettias and a lighter red at the top and the bottom. It's interesting to try to do this on a circular canvas. Down here I have too much room on this part, and I folded it to find the center, and up here I had to cut out like one stitch on a couple of these rows, like just because it, like this one goes all the way to the edge and it catches in the little corner, but some of it was like here, there should be another stitch, but or here, but there's nothing for it to grab to. So I'm not going to mess with anything until I get it all in to see how close it is to the edge, and then I might just do a little sneaky trim to make it look slightly more circular, but I think it looks all right. I don't think it'll be extremely noticeable, but working on this flexible plastic is very different and kind of weird. This one, I used to do everything in hand when I was younger, but as I get older, it hurts my wrist and stuff, especially if it's a big piece of fabric and I'm trying to wrangle the fabric, you know, on everything. But for this one, the Boo bookmark, and the other new start, I'm just doing them in hand. They're too tiny to do, like, this doesn't work in a hoop. They're just too tiny. I don't have any hoops the right size. So I'm just going to leave them be and do them in hand. Plus, they're tiny. All right, my third new start this week is a former friend of mine gave me this little cat embroidery kit from Michaels. They had a mushroom one too. This isn't really my style. I like kitties, but I was like, I'm just gonna do it. It's small, and I can always give it to. Actually, I'm not gonna give this away, because I decided to do it because it was part of the gift bag that she gave everybody that went to our Welcome Stitchery trip, and it was my first trip to Welcome Stitchery, so it is going to be my commemorative piece for that. And inside the hoop that came with it, I already put Welcome Stitchery First Visit. So even though we aren't friends anymore, it is a reminder of a really good day, and it was super fun, and I really enjoyed myself. And I decided that I'm not going to let the fact that we're not friends anymore ruin my memories of that day, because it was an awesome day. So that's my little kitty cat. I got to get the other pupil in there. That's what the black thread's for. So there's my kitty cat with a meow 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 and a meow meow meow. So 3 new starts. And here is The Seductive Kermit by the Witchy Stitcher. This is my second version of this. A friend asked me to make another one because he loves Kermit, and pretty good progress. I need to, one of the monthly prompts for fandom is 400 stitches in red, and I have 400 red stitches, just a little bit more left in this, but there is a jump down here or a jump down here to get to the next bit of red. So I'm going to have to do some stitching to get to the red to finish the rest of the prompt. So I haven't quite done that yet. Because part of my brain's like, but those would be wasted stitches because they don't count towards the prompt. But stitches in a project are never wasted. So I'm arguing with my brain about that. And what I might do is see if, since it's a monthly prompt, I might wait to see, because the first weekly prompts for February haven't come out, so maybe there'll be something that I can do like green or some other color in here, and I can count that one. And then count that up, get to the red, and then just count up the red stitches. Crossing my fingers just a little bit. So there's that. And then Rare Horror Flies. Look at this beautiful thing. The fabric I am still in love with. I've gotten some good progress on our little baby here. This has kind of been, I'm going to work on this later today. This has been my, one of the prompts for fandom each month is a stitch along task. So you just pick a stitch along and you try to get as many stitches up to 1,000 as you can, and you can get up to 10 points. So I got about 5 points because I finished this guy last month and a few of these stitches here. So I'm going to work on him, and then I'll move up to the next part and get some more of the little babies in. Maybe I'll start working on the king moth guy that's supposed to be up above the queen. But I really love this, and this is what I've been taking with me when I go someplace. Like I took it to my sister-in-law's yesterday because it's on 14 count and it's easy to see. And I've got new glasses. They look a lot like my old ones, but now I'm not needing a magnifier for 14 count. So my prescription's not perfect, but at least I don't need magnifiers for 14 and 16 count anymore. This is Noctifloradesigns, and the fabric is from Witch's Garden Crafts. Gorgeous fabric. I'm hoping to get some more of their fabric because this is just beautiful. But yeah, there's my little guys. I love purples and teals, so I'm really loving this one. And the last thing I worked on was the It Sal from Robin Allen. I am way behind. I have just part of the word losers, and I took a toile and mixed it with 321 because the shades were just slightly different, so that I could use either different places. Here I filled in some of this since you last saw it, and this is the Fear block. So this is Beverly's little Fear. Here's the Mummy. So this is her bathroom sink. I'm missing the gray to put in the knobs there. So this is the bathroom where it spews blood all over her and her dad can't see it, and the boys help her clean it up. And then this is the Mummy. I'm going to continue to work my way, and I'm hoping to finish one of either Overlook or It Sal soon. I'm probably closer on this one because the Overlook Sal is much bigger. I think there's a lot more stitches in that one. The prompt for this one was, I used for one that said has people in it, because below all the kids' fears are the kids, and then something with the carnival, and on one side we have their bully with a bunch of balloons, and then we have, of course, Pennywise the clown in here. And you can see clowns and balloons at carnivals. So that was my stitching journey this week. Let's see, I just started the Assassin's Quest, the third book in the Farseer series by Robin Hobb. I listened to one Doctor Who audiobook this month called The Clockwise Man. In January, because January ended on Friday. February, we've got another one. My library doesn't have any of the supernatural books on audio, so I'm just going to focus on Doctor Who. Been watching some Doctor Who, and some of them are very appropriate for current times. And I love Doctor Who, and it's been a while, and I've been wanting to rewatch it, so this is the perfect excuse. Doing the fandom watching challenges, and if I stitch, I get twice as many points than if I just watch. So we're doing that. My husband discovered Cave Dungeon Crawler Carl, which is a lit RPG. So it is a book that is set in an RPG world, kind of feels very video gamey, but it also has some of the tabletop RPG rules. He was begging me to listen to it, and I was doing my stitchy challenges, so now he'll put on a video game, and we'll put on the audiobook and listen to it. It is super funny. If you like role-playing games, or if you like video games, it's a really great series, and apparently it's going to be turned into an animated one, or else my husband just wants it to be. I'm not sure which, but it was originally self-published, and it's really fun. I read the Book of Elsewhere by Keanu Reeves and China Miéville. I think I may have mentioned that last time. It was okay. His China Miéville's world building is gorgeous, but the ending just kind of fell flat for me. There was an ending, and then they added another piece. I think if they had just stuck with the original ending, it would have been a more satisfying ending for me. Other than that, it was a great story. It was really interesting. The writing was beautiful because it's China Miéville. So that's all I got for you this week. These are not very long when we're not doing all the inserts. I might try to learn how to do that over my spring break, which is the first week of March. We have the 17th off of work, which is President's Day. Right now I'm just filming from my phone and having fun trying out a new method. If you are stitching any things I'm stitching, or you have any cool projects you'd like to share, please share them with me. If you enjoyed this video or any of my projects, feel free to like, comment, or subscribe. I am here to get to know people, build a community, and share my hyper focus cross stitching. So I hope everyone has a wonderful day. May today treat you better than yesterday, and tomorrow treat you better than today. Bye.